Okay, this is the weathering and erosion unit test. Number 1, which of the following is true regarding the rate of weathering? A, wetter climates have less weathering. B, colder climates have faster weathering. C, more surface area speeds up weathering. D, wet, warm climates have less weathering. Number 2, which of the following will lead to large sheets of rock being flaked off? A, exfoliation. B, dissolution. C, freeze-thaw cycles. D, abrasion. Number 3, which of the following describe how plants can weather rock? A, they may create chemicals that break down the rock. B, roots can get into tiny cracks, grow, and spread the rock apart. C, both A and B. D, none of the above. Number 4, the formation at the right is in a desert. It most likely formed from A, flash floods eroding the rock. B, abrasion from sand being blown and hitting the rock. C, dissolution of the base of the rock. D, evaporation of the rock near the heated sand. Number 5, a mountain climber sees large chunks of rock that have fallen to the ground at the bottom of a cliff. The process that likely explains how they got there is A, freeze-thaw cycles weathered the rock and gravity eroded it to the bottom of the cliff. B, glaciers weathered the rock and eroded it to the bottom of the cliff. C, dissolution weathered a rock above the cliff and gravity eroded it to the bottom. D, plants wedged the rock apart and erode the rock to the bottom of the cliff. Number 6, which of the following would be an area where deposition would most likely occur? A, at the bottom of a deep lake. B, in a fast-moving stream. C, at the top of a mountain. D, at the source of a river. Number 7, which of the following is an example of weathering? A, glaciers pushing rocks down a mountain. B, rivers carrying sediments to the end of a stream and laying them down. C, sand beating against the side of a rock and breaking it down. D, rocks falling off a cliff. 8, which is an example of erosion? A, glaciers pushing rock down a mountain. B, rivers forming a delta where they empty into the ocean. C, sand beating against the side of a rock and breaking it down. D, sand settling at the bottom of a lake. Number 9, when rocks are red, it is often can be a sign of A, chemical weathering by oxidation. B, water erosion. C, deposition in a watery environment. D, erosion from glaciers. Number 10, in which location would one likely see more chemical weathering? A, the North Pole. B, the top of a mountain. C, a desert area. D, tropical rainforest. Number 11, sand is one of the largest grain sizes for soil texture. It is the common soil type in deserts. In this location, what kinds of weathering processes would create large amounts of sandy soils? So A, mechanical weathering. B, biological weathering. C, chemical weathering. D, all three will make equal amounts of sandy soils. Number 12, water is a major agent of chemical weathering because water, A, cools their surroundings when it evaporates. B, dissolves many minerals that makes up rocks. C, has a density of about 1 gram per cubic centimeter. D, has the highest specific heat of all common earth materials. Number 13, much of Ohio was flattened by glaciers during the Pleistocene era that would advance and retreat across the landscape. Based on the 3D relief map of Ohio, which area of Ohio was covered most by glaciers? Is it A, northeast Ohio, B, southeast Ohio, D, C, northwest Ohio, D, southern Ohio? 14, a large rock is broken into several smaller pieces. Compared to the rate of weathering of the large rock, the rate of weathering of the smaller pieces is A, less, B, greater, C, the same. 15. Which process involves either a physical or chemical breakdown of Earth's materials? Is it A, deposition, B, sedimentation, C, weathering, D, cementing? 16. Rock samples brought back from the moon show absolutely no evidence of chemical weathering. This is most likely due to A, the lack of an atmosphere and precipitation on the moon, B, extremely low surface temperatures on the moon, C, lack of biological activity on the moon, D, large quantities of water in lunar seas. 17. What change will a pebble usually undergo when it's transported a great distance by streams? A, it will become jagged and its mass will decrease. B, it will become jagged and its volume will increase. C, it will become rounded and its mass will increase. D, it will become rounded and its volume will decrease. 18. Which erosional force acts alone to produce avalanches and landslides? A, gravity, B, winds, C, running water, D, sea waves. 19. A landscape region that has broad, U-shaped valleys with polished and grooved bedrock was most likely formed by A, glaciers, B, wind, C, wave action, D, running water. 20. Which characteristic of a transported rock would be most helpful in determining its agent of erosion? Would it be its age? A, B, density, C, composition, D, its physical appearance. 21. As the velocity of a stream decreases, the amount of sediment in the water of the stream, A, decreases, B, increases, C, it remains the same. 22. According to the stream velocity graph, you have to look at the graph, a stream flowing at a velocity of 100 centimeters per second can transport A, silt, but not sand, pebbles, or cobbles. B, silt and sand, but not pebbles or cobbles. C, silt, sand, and pebbles, but not cobbles. D, silt, sand, pebbles, and cobbles. 23. There is no particular type of weathering or frost action given for the temperature and precipitation values at the location represented by the letter X. Why is this the case? A, here's X right there. A, only chemical weathering would occur under these conditions. B, only frost action would occur under these conditions. C, these conditions create both strong frost action and strong chemical weathering. D, these conditions probably do not occur on the Earth. 24. The largest particles of sediment that can be transported by a stream are sand particles. What is the approximate velocity of the stream? Is it A, 50 centimeters per second, B, 200 centimeters per second, C, 300 centimeters per second, or D, 600 centimeters per second? You have to use the supplied chart, stream velocity chart, to answer this question. 25. In which location is erosion usually greater than deposition? Is it A, in a stream channel that is being deepened, B, along a coast where a beach is being enlarged, C, at a point where a stream enters a lake, D, at the base of a cliff where a pile of rock fragments is accumulating? Base your answers to question 26 on the map below. The map represents a meandering stream with a constant gradient. The arrows show the direction of stream flow. Points A through F are locations in the stream. 26. At which point would most material be deposited by the stream? A, F, B, B, C, C, D, D. 27. Which diagram best represents the cross-section of the stream through points A, B, and C? Is it A? Is it B? C, or D? 28. Based on your answer to the following question on the stream velocity graph and your knowledge of earth science, a stream entering a lake deposits sediments on the lake bottom in a pattern shown on the map below. So from down here, it starts with sand and pebbles, then I end up with sand, then I end up with sand and silt, and then I finally end up with just silt. Which corner of the map is nearest to the point where the stream flows into the lake? Is it A, the northeast corner, B, the northwest corner, C, the southeast corner, or D, the southwest corner. 29. Deposition of these sediments occurs when a stream enters the ocean because the stream current A, decreases in width, B, decreases in kinetic energy, C, increases in potential energy, D, increases in velocity. 30. The diagram represents a stream flowing in a direction indicated by the arrows. This way. Which bar graph represents the relative amounts of erosion and deposition at locations A, B, C, and D in the stream bed? And it says on each side, greater erosion going up, greater deposition going down. 31. Looking at the diagram to the left, which river feature can be seen at point 2? Is it A, a delta, B, a tributary, C, a waterfall, or D, the source? 32. Looking at the diagram to the left, which river feature can be seen at point 4, right here? Is it A, a delta, B, a tributary, C, a waterfall, or D, the source? 33. Looking at the diagram to the left, what glacial feature is labeled at point 2? So it's this thing right here. Is that a cirque, A, B, an errat, C, a horn, or D, a tarn? 34. Looking at the diagram to the left, what glacial feature is labeled at point 4? Right there. Is that at A, hanging valley, B, a tarn, C, an errat, or D, a horn? 35. Looking at the diagram above, what glacial feature is labeled at point 9? This thing right here. Point 9. Is that A, tarn, B, a horn, C, a hanging valley, or D, an errat? There's a page missing. 36 through 41. Choose the letter of the glacial landform that matches with the diagram. So you have choices. So here's number 36. And for any of these, you just pick the choice is. So your choices are A, Drumlin Field, B, Kettle Lakes, C, Esker, D, end moraine, E, recessional end moraine, or F, outwash plain. So if you think 36, whichever one you think is, if you think it is F, outwash plain, you would put F. If you think it's B, Kettle Lakes, you would put Kettle Lakes. So you just put what you think it is using these choices below. And they will only be used one time. All right? That's it. Good luck.